Hello, what are common mistakes swing traders make? Well, I don't know about you, but I know few mistakes that I make as a swing trader. I buy lemons sometimes. I buy stocks little too early. I buy stocks little too late. I sell stocks a little too early and I sell stocks a little too late. So, and I'm trying to work on those mistakes so that I can improve my swing trading strategy and increase my profits on pretty much each trade. My goal is to make profit on each trade, regardless of how long it takes to make those profits. So I tend to hold on to stocks longer than an average swing trader, because if I purchase a little too early, and that means at the same time I must have purchased a little late, depending on where I purchase it at, I may not sell it. For instance, we have these stocks here that I purchased in 2024 and I have not sold it yet. So we have the purchase session and the sell session here, and I have not sold it yet because it's negative and I'm waiting on it. So for that one, for instance, let's go to maximum daily chart, DHI. So I purchased a little late and I purchased it in 2024. It was done with that circle, that support line, and start going up to end that circle that he started 3 years prior or 2 years prior, pull back to that support line, went up from there and pull back again, and could well start from there, just pretty much trying to repeat about what is doing here. When they start going up from there, we might buy some, because that is the support line I like to buy at in 2025. Long option line, buy at the valley line to sell it at the peak. Instead of buying it at the peak thinking it is going to make a higher peak, it was done making them, so I bought it too late in that. So let's see the stocks that we are going to analyze today to see if I made some mistakes with those. ECL I didn't purchase it this year, and okay, have not made any mistakes so far there, like waiting too long and not be able to get in the trade. The thing is, it has not gone to the trend line that I like to buy at, so no mistake there. And the goal is to buy at that line and sell it at the peak. And today is November 9, 2025. So Friday the price went up. We have a green bar. The price at the end of the day was higher than the price in the morning when the markets open. We have the dates on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price from 0 up. We are using daily chart. Every single bar is a daily time frame, so it's going down. Even though we have an up an increase in price, a green bar there is going down. Maybe to go back up, I'm not entirely sure, but one thing is for sure, it has not come down to the line we like to buy at. Therefore, we are not taking any action yet. Maybe it's not done going up yet, but at least we have not made any mistakes with that one yet. EQIX. Okay, so EQIX, we like to buy at this line, but clearly it's not there yet. It pulled back to this support line that is supporting the upside wall of the mountain. We didn't buy it because we are not entirely sure if it's going to continue going up from there. The highest peak, all-time high, because we are using maximum daily chart, all-time high is what is showing up, and that all-time high is in 2024. So it is safe to say that it is on its way down. When it reached the highest peak, the previous cycle was in 2021, and it took 2 years to reach it again. When it came back to that support line and start going up, pull back a little bit and make it again. So it pretty much hit those higher peak in 2024. It has now hit any in 2025, so it could well be on its way down. We are not entirely sure. We just want to wait so that we do not get in the trade too early, thinking it's going to go up from there and it'll continue going up, and that will still be too late. Depending on which cycle you are talking about, the one is going to start working on from here, or the one that is already working on, it will be too late. For the one it start working on, it will be too early of an entry. We like to buy around that support line. So one more that we are going to analyze is going to be fast. So that one we are not going to do anything with it. So we are going to analyze fast. Friday the price went up there as well, but in overall it seems to be going down because it's making lower high. Those peaks are lower than this higher one. Okay, so fast, we made a mistake with faith. I'm seeing an arrow there, but I'm not seeing where we purchased the arrow. Maybe we can put on it together. So a mistake that I'm seeing here is we sell it too early. So I'm not being entirely sure where we bought it, but let's say that to buy it again, I like to buy it at either one of those support lines. Maybe this one is on its way down. I don't know if you just want to rest on this line and continue going up from there. I'm not entirely sure. Or if it's done with this cycle that it started in 2022 and would like to come back down. I'm not entirely sure. We are just going to continue observing it. Friday the price went up, but by just looking at the tendency of the chart, the direction is going, it seems to be going down. It reached a high peak in 2025, but we sold it there. So let's make sure that arrow is not just an arrow that was placed there in error. Yeah, so we did sell it. So let's see, it was November 13 that we bought it. So November 13 will be somewhere there. Let's get the arrow first. Okay, and then I can zoom and let's move that arrow down a little bit. And I like to put those arrows to that extent that I do my journal. When it comes to, you know, recording what I'm doing, I'm not talking about bookkeeping, but I'm talking about writing down the trade that I took. I just like to use arrows to put on the chart, because we have the dates at the bottom. Is guiding us to select that. So we purchased it somewhere there. Now let's look from far where the arrow is somewhere here. Can activate it and move it down a little bit. Okay. So we purchased it somewhere there. It has been on the rise for a while. We purchased it using short uptrend line swing trading strategy. But then when we purchased it, it went up a little bit and then it was done. We didn't sell it. Again, based on that swing trading strategy, we should have sold it. So we bought it. We didn't sell it when it went up. Or we bought it and shortly after it pulled back and then it went up. We didn't sell it if it was positive. But then it was done and pulled back. So this short uptrend line here, when it was making higher lows here, that we are buying it at, it was done with a pullback to this medium trend line, uptrend line, and then continue to go up. So we stay in the trade from November all the way to June, 7 months or so, if not 8, and it make a new high, like all-time high there, and we sold it because this peak is higher than those. We sold it to lock in that profit. But guess what? It continued to go up for, you know, another 5 months or so, or maybe until August, 3 months more. But we got out a little early. We locked in a small profit. We didn't lose money, but we got stuck in it because we bought it too late based on this uptrend line, but too early for going down and start another uptrend. We bought it too early for that, or too late based on the trend line we are following. We got stuck in it until a new trend started, and we sold it when it reached a new high, and we got out of it. So we got out early, but it was a safe thing for us because again, we purchased it using a short uptrend and swing trading strategy, and we are now using that strategy in 2025. In 2025, we are using long uptrend and swing trading strategy, which consists of buying at the valley of the mountain when it pull back and start going up from there, and selling at the peak of the mountain or around the peak. And selling it around the peak will consist of selling it right when it first reach a new high within that circle, from touching the valley and stop and going up from there, or look at the previous circle to see after that first high within that circle if it continue to make higher highs for a while, for how long, and stay in the trade for half that time frame before we sell it, or using a ratio by seeing the previous peak. In this instance though, if we are talking based on, we can just use this one like if it was a valley. So this peak, this ended here. So since this one circle has not ended yet, we are just going to use this short uptrend line here, or medium uptrend line, like if it was the valley. So the lowest price will be 30, if I can see, well, it's a little bit small for me, 30 or 31, and the highest peak will be this one, will be 42. So 42 divided by 30 is 1.4. So we can say that when it's leaving this support line again, because this circle ended here, another one started and probably is ending somewhere here. So it's started at 55. We can say 1.4 times 55 will sell it at 77. So using that strategy, which we should have used once we got stuck in it, we could have used that and say, okay, instead of selling it here, which was a new high for this circle, we can anticipate, we can try to see how long it's going to continue that high, and then say we can stay in it for half that time frame. In this instance, it was a month, so stay in it for, you know, is it a month? It's for 3 months, so we can say stay in it for 1 month or so but 3 months is not enough to try to stay in it for that though. But you can say a month and a half or 1 month, or when the price reached $77. So they said 70, was it 77? Yeah, 77. So 77, but guess what? It didn't reach 77. It reached 50 and then it pulled back. So if we use that analogy, we could have stayed in the trade longer and it will end it and pull back. So that ratio didn't really work for this stock. Or maybe because we are using a higher support line to do those things, I'm not entirely sure, but that price ratio didn't really work to help us get out. Stay in it for 1 month and a half that time frame. We'll assume after it exceeded this higher peak here, it continued for 1 month, but it didn't before it pulled back. It didn't. So therefore that rule does not apply here either. So in overall, it was safe for us to just get out of it. So when we got out, it pulled back a little bit and then start going up, because we didn't really have any insurance that it's going to continue going up and for how long it's going to continue going up before it will pull back again. So based on the strategy we are using in 2025, those two rules after the first new high is reached didn't really apply here. So it was safe for us to get out, even though by looking now we got out a little early. We could have accumulated a little bit more. I think it was a safe out of it because we bought it so high that it just makes sense to lock in that small profit and get out. So that is the essence of the mistakes we make here. We can go back and see how much profit we made out of it. So we bought it at $83. We sold it at, okay, so I think it could have gone in through a stock split. That's why maybe that 77 calculation didn't really apply well, but I'm not entirely sure. But we bought 30 for $83 and then it went through a stock split, give us CC shares for half the price, and we sold it at 42. We pay a penny for fees, for brokerage fee, and we made $41 profit. So that is $41 we didn't have in the account before. So we didn't lose our principal. We got stuck in it for 6, 7, 8 months and earned $41 or 1% return. So it's still money. And you might say for the time we got stuck in it, it may not be worth it, or we lose that money lost purchasing power. Maybe not. But I don't want to take all those things into consideration when making those decisions. So my goal is to make profit on each swing trade. So I do not sell loss. Therefore, I'm working on picking quality stocks to invest in, so that if I got in the trade too early, I can just let it be in my portfolio negative until it becomes positive, fly up, and then I can sell it. And I'm working on it so that I do not sell it too early either. So and I'm testing that strategy with a stocks that I was well positive in it, but I have not sold it yet. Will be this stock. So I purchased a little bit too high here. So another mistake, I bought it too late based on the previous trend line that I was following, and then I got just stuck in it until it came back down to this support line in 2025 and I got in. So here I made another mistake. I got in too early. Even though I was seeing some high here, I didn't wait for 3 higher lows or anything like that. I got in. Again, looking at this compared to this, I just feel like it does not matter if I got in a little early or not. It's still going to be a lower price than what I pay here for it. I didn't sell this one, even though I traded multiple times in 2025. Arrows facing up shows where we purchased, arrows facing down shows where we sold. So I purchased it there, when it pulled back to this support line, I purchased it again. It pulled back a little bit lower, and then it started going up from there. So we start making profit on this one, but it took all the way to somewhere here for us to make profit on this, the first one that we purchased. And then it breached that level and made a new high, and we had to make a decision if we want to sell it or stay in the trade longer. So we decided to stay in the trade longer. It continued to make a new highs and pull back, make new highs, but I'm guessing it's going to go past this support line to rest on it and go from there, and we will be able to sell it. So we want to stay in the trade longer, but let's see what is happening right now. It pulled back. I know it's going to pull back and start going up, but I didn't anticipate that to pull back this low. So at this point, we are negative in this purchase, still positive in this one, but there is this profit that we are losing for not selling it. And I like to continue observing it to see what it's doing. So this is a time, something that I'm trying to see if I can start, because by default we buy at the value, we sell it when the new high is reached. It's going to show up this highlight price. It's going to be all-time high because we are using the maximum daily chart. It's going to be all-time highest price for this stock, and that is where I like to sell. But sometimes I sell a little too early, and that is why I'm staying in the trade. But for how long I need to stay in that trade without overstaying is what I need to work on. Another example I can show you is Google. Okay, so we purchased Google around this support line and we sold it there, and by looking at it, we got out a little too early. We made profit in it, but the thing is, we want to buy at those support lines. We are not going to buy it again until it come back down. So trying to stay in it longer to accumulate more profit, not all the profit but more profit before we get out, is what I need to work on because of the strategy that I'm using. I'm now going to buy it while it's still going up, but I will wait until it's done going up, pull back to the value line to rest, and when it start going up again, I will buy it from there. But how far can I stay in the trade without overstaying until it start going down is what I need to work on. But again, it's a learning process. We are not going to know everything before we start swing trading, but we'll continue to learn as we are doing it to better ourselves, better our strategy, and be able to fine-tune, sharpen the strategy to mold it to reflect who we are, how much risk we are willing to take or not willing to take, and our term availability as well. So you don't need to know all the swing trading strategies out there, but try to find one that works well with your personality type, your risk tolerance, and then keep fine-tuning it to be the strategy you are happy with and you can swing trade, and trying to find stocks that work well with the strategy you have and have them in your watch list, so that when you want to trade stocks, you want to buy stocks, you just go analyze those stocks to see if there is one that is well positioned for you to purchase. And once you have it in your portfolio based on your strategy, you just keep analyzing them to see if you reach a point you want to sell and lock in the profits before it start going down. And that is a learning process, a journey. So rather than know it all before you start. At least I'm not a perfectionist, therefore that is a strategy that I'm using. If you are a perfectionist, maybe your strategy might be different, but experience is there for a reason. When we are working, we get better at what we are doing for doing it for so long, and that is the way I'm viewing swing trading. Those mistakes become a learning experience for us that we can rely on to do better, to try a different way and see if it works for us, and that is what we are working on. So thank you so much for watching our videos. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your comments. Thank you for Thank you for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi, Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and Nina.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. For more of our swing trading strategy, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. Thank you for your time. For more of our swing trading tips, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. Thank you.